8 Ruthless Lessons That Make You Dangerously Smart. Hello and welcome back. Today we're diving into a subject that can truly change how you see life. There are 8 ruthless lessons that make you dangerously smart. These aren't theories from a classroom. They are harsh truths that tear away illusions and reveal reality as it is. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. By mastering your perceptions, you gain strength." These lessons will make you wiser, harder to manipulate, and clearer in your decisions. If you want to keep learning insights like these, make sure to subscribe and join this journey of wisdom and growth. Now, let's begin. Lesson 1. Most people are ruled by emotion. The first ruthless truth is that most people are ruled by their emotions, not logic. Decisions are rarely rational. People feel first, then justify with reasons later. I saw this when a friend bought an expensive car. He gave all sorts of logical explanations: better value, reliability, investment, but deep down, the real reason was emotional: pride, status, excitement. His father kept arguing about logic, but he was fighting the wrong battle. The decision was already emotional. Marcus Aurelius observed that most people are slaves to feelings. The wise, however, learn to pause, notice what they feel, and avoid being controlled by it. Epictetus taught that while we cannot control events, we can always control our response. Once you see this truth, the world looks different. You stop wasting time debating surface arguments. You look for the emotion underneath. And you also learn to ask yourself in tense moments, what am I feeling right now? And is it clouding my judgment? That pause creates wisdom. Emotions are powerful, but they should inform, not dominate. If you can master this, you'll make decisions with clarity while others remain trapped by impulse. Lesson 2. People always act in their own self-interest. Here's a truth that feels cold but is liberating once you accept it. Everyone acts in their own self-interest. Even when people appear selfless, they are usually serving a deeper goal. I once knew a woman in the neighborhood who seemed endlessly generous, baking cookies for everyone, organizing events, helping wherever she could. People praised her kindness. Later, it became clear she was running for city council. Every act of generosity was also building her reputation and influence. Was it wrong? Not necessarily. People benefited, and so did she. The Stoics believed self-interest is natural, not evil. Epictetus said it's wiser to work with human nature than against it. Expecting people to sacrifice their own benefit for yours will only lead to disappointment. Instead, learn to align interests so both sides gain. That is how sustainable cooperation is built. The moment you accept that people act for themselves, you stop being shocked by selfish choices. You see them coming, and you learn to shape situations so helping you also helps them. That is wisdom in action. Lesson 3. Most people can't handle the truth about themselves. Another ruthless lesson is this: most people can't handle the truth about themselves. They protect their egos at all costs, even if it means staying stuck forever. I had a friend who constantly complained about being passed over at work. He blamed office politics and unfair bosses. But when I gently pointed out his lateness and missed deadlines, he immediately became defensive. He had an excuse for everything. Accepting responsibility would have meant admitting he had the power to change, and that was too painful. Marcus Aurelius practiced the opposite. In his journals, he tore down his own illusions, questioning his motives and confronting his flaws. The Stoics knew you cannot grow if you refuse to see the truth about yourself. Self-deception is a prison. So ask yourself, what truth about me am I avoiding? Facing uncomfortable realities is painful but freeing. Most people won't do it. If you do, you'll outgrow them. Lesson 4. Your success will make some people hate you. The higher you rise, the more you will face envy. Your success will make some people hate you, not because of what you've done, but because your achievements remind them of their own failures. I saw this with a college friend who built a thriving company. At first, everyone admired him, but as soon as he appeared in magazines, old friends turned cold. They whispered, "He's changed, he just got lucky." The truth? He hadn't changed at all. His success simply highlighted what others had not achieved. The Stoics faced this constantly. Marcus Aurelius endured criticism and betrayal despite his wisdom and fairness. They understood envy poisons the heart because it looks outward instead of inward. When success brings you hostility, remember, it reveals their weakness, not your worth. Stand firm. Continue to grow without apology. Lesson 5. Everyone is trying to sell you something. Here is another eye-opener. Everyone is trying to sell you something. Not always a product, sometimes it's an idea, attention, validation, or a favor. I once met an old acquaintance for coffee. For 30 minutes, he asked about my life and shared memories. Then, the real reason came out, a pitch for a business scheme. The catch-up was just packaging for a sale. This doesn't mean you should become paranoid. It means you learn to ask, what does this person want me to do, think, or feel? Sometimes the sale is harmless. Sometimes it's manipulative. When you see it clearly, you decide consciously whether to buy. Marcus Aurelius compared this to being a rock in the ocean. Waves crash, but the rock stands firm. The world is full of influence and persuasion. Recognize it, and you stop being controlled by it. Lesson 6. When people show you who they are, believe them. This truth will save you years of pain. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. I once had a business partner who exaggerated his contributions, stretched expense reports, and broke small promises. I ignored these signs. Years later, he betrayed me in a deal that almost cost me everything. Looking back, the evidence had been there all along. Maya Angelou said it best, when people show you who they are, believe them. The Stoics agreed, character is revealed through consistent patterns, not occasional words. If someone gossips about others, they will gossip about you. If they break small promises, they will break big ones. Stop hoping people will change their nature. Trust patterns over promises, actions over words. It may feel ruthless, but it will protect your future. Lesson 7. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Another harsh truth. Comfort is the enemy of growth. The moment life feels too easy, you stop learning and start weakening. I knew a skilled engineer who loved his cushy job, good pay, light workload, no stress. 3 years later, his role was cut. He discovered his skills had stagnated, while others who kept challenging themselves had passed him by. His comfort had quietly become a trap. The Stoics knew this danger. Seneca practiced voluntary discomfort, sleeping on hard floors, eating simple meals, to stay strong. They understood that avoiding difficulty is avoiding growth. Ask yourself, where am I choosing safety over progress? What am I avoiding because it feels uncomfortable? Comfort may feel pleasant, but it slowly kills potential. Discomfort, on the other hand, is the training ground of strength. Lesson 8. You are going to die, and most worries mean nothing. This is the most ruthless truth of all. You are going to die. That reality strips away most of the nonsense we waste energy on. I saw this with my uncle during his last year of life. Before his illness, he obsessed over status, neighbors' opinions, and small dramas. After his diagnosis, all of that vanished. He focused only on love, meaning, and presence. Ironically, even in pain, he seemed freer and happier than ever. The Stoics practiced memento mori, remembering death daily. Not to be morbid, but to focus on what matters. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live." When you accept mortality, you stop chasing approval, stop clinging to trivial worries, and start living fully. These 8 ruthless lessons aren't meant to make you cruel, they're meant to make you clear. When you see through illusions, you gain the kind of wisdom that protects you from manipulation, envy, and regret. You become stronger, calmer, and more focused on what truly matters. Ask yourself now, which of these truths hit you the hardest? Comment below with the lesson you needed most today. And if you want more content that sharpens your mind and fuels your growth, make sure to subscribe. Remember, real power doesn't come from ignoring reality. It comes from seeing it clearly and acting with courage. Now go live with dangerous clarity.